I mean, let's be clear. I can't be any further away from your traditional knife guy. In the space of EDC and pocket knives, I'm probably the last option you should be watching, or am I really? Because my opinion is beyond unbiased, and as a novice enthusiast, I'm gonna have a different perspective than these professionals. See, when I get obsessive about stuff like EDC, weapons, fragrance, and jewelry, I go balls to the wall, which means I spend a decent amount of money. Like in the last week, I've bought 30 different pocket knives, really trying to immerse myself in the space. And one of the things that struck a chord with me that was very interesting is how similar it is to the fragrance space as far as the originals and their interpretations or clones. You got high-end, American-made, really top-tier, top price point knives, and then you got the Asian market that's willing to make absolutely anything at a fraction of the cost, but still with incredible quality. So us, the consumer, are kind of left like, which option is better? And that's kind of how I felt when I bought these two knives. And that's the Benchmade Mini Freek 2 and the Vosteed Mini Psyops. What are the differences that I see, feel, and price point in these two knives that makes one better than the other? As a novice, let's find out. So here are some of the things that I know. I think the majority, if not all, the Benchmade knives are made in America, as opposed to Vosteed being made in China. So right from jump, we're gonna know two things. Price point is gonna be drastically different, and they absolutely are. And apparently the Benchmade one has better quality steel than the Vosteed. But does it though? See, when I'm comparing both of these, and this one being the Mini Freek, now the open length of the Mini Freek is 8.46 inches and it's closed, it's 4.86. It is an access lock mechanism with a split arrow pocket clip. Once again, the handle is carbon fiber, the blade finishing is satin, and it's considered a drop point blade. And it actually does measure in a little bit over 3 inches, almost 3.6 inches. Now the Vosteed Mini Psyop measures an overall length of 6.49 inches and the blade length is 2.69 inches. Now this blade material is an L-Max and also has a carbon fiber handle, but this knife overall, even with its thumb stud opener and crossbar style mechanism, this one only weighs in at 50 grams as opposed to the Mini Freek weighing up to 116 grams. Now realistically, what does this all mean to a pocket knife guy who's getting into the space? I'm trying to watch my pennies and get a really good product for not a lot of money. Now I have to feel that Benchmade's popularity and price point has to do a lot with hype, but it also feels like a very sturdy, nice made product. The Vosteed, on the other hand, doesn't slack on its feel. It does feel a little lighter. It is a little bit smaller, but carbon fiber generally is supposed to have a lighter, very strong construction, which this does encompass. It has the same style opening mechanism as the Mini Freek with a bit of a thinner profile. They both feel incredible. They both feel super sexy. The Vosteed does feel lighter and the blades are thinner, but this doesn't feel of lesser quality. And especially comparatively speaking, they're pretty damn close in a lot of specifications. Like, is it justified to pay the additional $100 to $140? Maybe. They're both extraordinarily sharp out of the box. Vosteed. Benchmade. Maybe you knife enthusiasts can educate me a little bit more on the drastic differences where one commands a higher price point than the other. Does it have to do something with the warranty? Maybe one has better warranty than the other. Here's my interpretation of having these knives and not being a knife expert, but giving you a regular common man's perception on value versus quality. The Benchmade does feel of a little better quality. It's a little heftier, the blade is a little bit thicker. It opens up very nicely and firm, and it gives you a level of confidence. But in the Mini Psyop, I get a lot of that in a more compact body, significantly cheaper. The blade is ultra sharp. It doesn't feel of cheap quality, and it absolutely looks handsome. So for me, I think the Benchmade is absolutely incredible, but this is unbelievable for the price point. There's a decent amount of savings here, and I wouldn't feel bad beating the shit out of this knife, knowing that the price point isn't crazy. But if I did something to this and ruined it somehow, I'm gonna feel some type of way. But what would you guys choose? Go the Mini Psyop or would you go the Mini Freek? And tell me why in the comments below. And if you like this kind of video and you wanna see me progressively learn more, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Smooches!